Frog, 21 Great Ways to Stop Procrastinating. Almost everyone today has too much to do and too little time. In Eat That Frog, Brian Tracy presents 21 ways to eat that frog and help you stop procrastinating and also get more done in less time. It's for anyone who feels overwhelmed or wants to be more effective in planning, prioritizing and achieving more results in less time. The analogy of eating frogs comes from Mark Twain, who says that if you can start your morning by eating a live frog, you'd have tackled the worst thing that can happen that day. Your frog is your most crucial task, what you're most likely to defer, yet can create the biggest impact on your outcomes. 21 ways to eat that frog. 1. Set the table. To identify your frog, you first need clarity on what you truly want. Clarity helps you to overcome procrastination and take concrete action, and it's probably the most critical productivity ingredient. One secret is to think on paper. People with clear, written goals can accomplish 5 to 10 times as much as others. Use these 7 steps to set and achieve goals. Decide specifically what you want. Write it down. Think on paper and make it tangible. Set a deadline for the goal, with sub-deadlines as needed. List down everything you may need to do to achieve your goal. Break things down into individual tasks and arrange them in priority and sequence to form a plan. Take action immediately. No amount of thinking can outdo action. Do something every day, however big or small, to move yourself toward your major goal. Don't miss even one day. 2. Plan every day in advance. The 10/90ths rule says that the first 10% of time used to plan your work can save you 90% of the execution time once you start. 1 minute of planning can save you 10 mins of execution time and help you improve your return on energy. Plan your day from today. Plan out each day, week, and month in advance. Work from prioritized lists, starting with what you must do in the next 24 hours. Always work from a list. Make your list the night before for the workday ahead. You need different lists for different purposes. First, you should create a master list on which you write down everything you can think of that you want to do sometime in the future. Second, you should have a monthly list that you make at the end of the month for the month ahead. Third, you should have a weekly list where you plan your entire week in advance. Finally, you should transfer items from your monthly and weekly lists onto your daily list. Tick off the items as you complete them to motivate and energize yourself on your progress. 3. Apply the 80/20ths rule to everything. Many people focus on their number of tasks and amount of activity rather than the importance of the tasks or the achievements. The Pareto principle or 80/20ths principle says that 20% of your activities will account for 80% of your results. List down all your key goals, responsibilities, projects and activities. Identify the top 10 to 20% and always work on them first. Before you begin work, always ask yourself, is this task in the top 20% of my activities or in the bottom 80%? Resist the temptation to clear up small things first. Your ability to choose between the important and the unimportant is the key determinant of your success in life and work. 4. Consider the consequences. Successful people are able to look 10 or 20 years into the future and make decisions today that are consistent with their desired long-term future, including making short-term sacrifices. When considering whether to do or not do something, ask yourself if it has any consequences for your long-term vision. Before starting on anything, you should always ask yourself, what are the potential consequences of doing or not doing this task? Thinking continually about the potential consequences of your choices, decisions, and behaviors is one of the very best ways to determine your true priorities in your work and personal life. We should choose our tasks and actions based on long-term thinking, not short-term. It's easy to choose the easy tasks because they are, well, easy. However, if we focus on the easy tasks for short-term gratification, we won't progress toward where we want to go. 5. Practice creative procrastination. The difference between high performers and low performers is largely determined by what they choose to procrastinate on. Focus on the important tasks. Put off the tasks that aren't important and won't push you toward your goals. To set proper priorities, you must set posteriorities as well. A priority is something that you do more of and sooner, while a posteriority is something that you do less of and later, if at all. You can get your time and your life under control only to the degree to which you discontinue lower value activities. Say no to anything that is not a high value use of your time and your life. Your job is to deliberately procrastinate on tasks that are of low value so that you have more time for tasks that can make a big difference in your life and work. Look at your work activities and identify the tasks that you could delegate or eliminate to free up more time for the work that really counts. 6. Use the ABT method continually. When organizing your list for the day, Tracy recommends using the ABT method. By each item on your list, write A, B, C, D, or E. A tasks are very important tasks that you must do, and there could be serious consequences if you do or don't do them. B tasks are tasks that you should do, but only have mild consequences. C tasks are tasks that would be nice to do, such as phoning a friend, having lunch with a coworker, etc., but don't have any consequences either way to your work. D tasks are tasks that can be delegated to someone else. E tasks are tasks you can eliminate, and it won't matter if you do. 7. Focus on key result areas. You need to know what the key result areas for your job are. What are the most important responsibilities and tasks for your position? Take some time to think about and write down your key result areas. You are limited by your weakest key result area. Take note, however, that your weakest key result area will limit how far you can go with the others. What skill or area is holding you back? Your weakest key result area sets the height at which you can use all your other skills and abilities. Tracy asks what one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my career? Then focus on them as much as possible. One of the greatest questions you will ever ask yourself, what one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my career? 8. Apply the law of 3. Out of all of the work that we do at our job, there are 3 core tasks that we do that contribute the most to the value that we give to our organization. Take time to think, what 3 tasks do you do that contribute the most and produce the most value? After you discover your 3 core tasks, explore how you can focus more on those tasks and eliminate or delegate the others. 9. Prepare thoroughly before you begin. Get everything you need at hand before you begin. Before starting a task, make sure you have everything you need prepared and ready to go. Clean off your desk and have only what you need for the task at hand on the desk, and make sure you have everything you need for the task. Make sure you are comfortable, then begin. 10. Take it one oil barrel at a time. Get your mind off the huge task in front of you and focus on a single action that you can take. When you have a large project to complete, break it down. Take it step by step, one task, one oil barrel at a time. 11. Upgrade your key skills. Continuous learning is the minimum requirement for success in any field. We should always be learning and increasing our skills in our key result areas. Whether through books, audiobooks while driving, and/or going to seminars and conferences, find ways to improve your skills. 12. Leverage your special talents. Find what you are good at, talented at, and enjoy doing. Focus on and grow your skills in these areas. Continually ask yourself these key questions. What am I really good at? What do I enjoy the most about my work? What has been most responsible for my success in the past? If I could do any job at all, what job would it be? 13. Identify your key constraints. Successful people always begin the analysis of constraints by asking the question, what is it in me that is holding me back? What is the limiting factor, the one thing that slows you down? It could be internal, such as your skills or habits or discipline, or it could be external, such as government regulations, an inability of a coworker. Look and see how you may be holding back progress, whether it's a lack of skill or ability, a bad habit, or something else. Find out what the limiting factor is and find a way to alleviate it. 14. Put the pressure on yourself. To reach your full potential, you need to put pressure on yourself to put these principles into practice. Don't wait for someone else to make you or motivate you. Just do it. Work hard. Go the extra mile. Create imaginary deadlines and meet them. Get things done. Work as though you have only one day to get your most important jobs done. 15. Maximize your personal powers. Whenever you feel overtired and overwhelmed with too much to do and too little time, stop yourself and just say, all I can do is all I can do. Sometimes people believe that if they work extra long hours, they will accomplish more. However, you can often get more done by stopping, getting some rest and sleep, and starting fresh the next day. If you want to work at your max, make sure to get enough rest, eat well, and exercise. This will help you stay focused and have the energy to get things done. 16. Motivate yourself into action. If we want to perform our best, we need to be our own cheerleader. Most of our emotions are determined by how we talk to ourselves. If we are negative and talk to ourselves negatively, we are going to have a negative perspective. If we are positive and build ourselves up, we are going to have a more positive perspective and perform better. Resolve to be cheerful and upbeat, no matter the circumstances. Look for the good in every situation, for the solution in every problem. 17. Get out of the technological time sinks. Technology provides useful tools, but we can easily become enslaved to our phones, emails, or other technology. When that happens, our focus often tilts toward the unimportant instead of the most important. We react and focus on the urgent instead of what we need to do. For you to stay calm, clear-headed, and capable of performing at your best, you need to detach on a regular basis from the technology and communication devices that can overwhelm you if you are not careful. For you to be able to concentrate on those few things that make the most difference in your business or personal life, you must discipline yourself to treat technology as a servant, not as a master. Resist the urge to start turning on communication devices as soon as you wake up in the morning. Keep asking yourself, 1. What's important here? 2. What is important for me to accomplish at work? 3. What is important in my personal life? 4. If I could only do one or two of the activities, which ones would they be? Very few things are so important that they cannot wait. Take time to get away from technology. Turn it off for a day or weekend, or while you are on vacation. Remember, rule your technology, or it will rule you. 18. Slice and dice the task. Some tasks are hard to start because they seem so large. To combat this resistance, use the salami or Swiss cheese method. The salami method. Cut a big task down to size using the salami slice method of getting work done. With the salami method, you lay out the task in detail, all the steps, and take one slice at a time. You focus on just doing one step. The Swiss cheese method. Another technique you can use to get yourself going is called the Swiss cheese method of working. You Swiss cheese a task when you resolve to work for a specific time period on it. This may be as little as 5 or 10 minutes, after which you will stop and do something else. 19. Create large chunks of time. When we are constantly switching tasks, jumping from one task to the next without finishing, we are not more productive, but less. Instead, set blocks of time for the different tasks that you need to accomplish. Set a time to phone prospects, to look at emails, to work on reports, or whatever you need to do. This will give you focused, uninterrupted time, and it will allow you to give your full attention to the task at hand. Make work appointments with yourself, and then discipline yourself to keep them. Set aside 30, 60, and 90-minute time segments that you use to work on and complete important tasks. 20. Develop a sense of urgency. If you want to be productive, you need to develop a sense of urgency. Unproductive people sit around and talk about what they are going to do. Highly productive people take time to think and plan on their priorities, but then they take action. They don't sit around and waste time on useless tasks. They get things done. You need to do same. Be a person of action and get things done. When you regularly take continuous action toward your most important goals, you activate the momentum principle of success. This principle says that, although it may take tremendous amounts of energy to overcome inertia and get started initially, it then takes far less energy to keep going. One of the simplest and yet most powerful ways to get yourself started is to repeat the words "do it now. Do it now. Do it now," over and over to yourself. 21. Single-handle every task. Single-handling requires that once you begin, you keep working at the task without diversion or distraction until the job is 100% complete. You keep urging yourself onward by repeating the words "back to work" over and over whenever you are tempted to stop or do something else. Your ability to select your most important task, to begin it, and then to concentrate on it single-mindedly until it is complete is the key to high levels of performance and personal productivity. Every great achievement of humankind has been preceded by a long period of hard, concentrated work until the job was done. So if you like to see more videos, you are in the right place. It's best to subscribe with the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos.